回来再来看国际方面的消息。英国国会日前通过英国首相约翰逊的英国脱欧法案，让英国可按约翰逊的计划，在明年1月31日脱离欧洲联盟。在英国脱欧法案通过后，欧洲理事会主席米歇尔表示欢迎后指出，欧盟与英国未来的任何协定，欧盟将会坚持双方处于平等地位。约翰逊说，他正寻求迅速采取行动，以巩固英格兰北部和中部传统工党选区的选民对保守党的支持。他的立法计划包含有对这些选区的竞选承诺。
Well, there you have it, a majority of 124. This is precisely what the Prime Minister Boris Johnson was looking for, the expectation he would have a very strong majority for the withdrawal agreement bill. What happens next? Parliament on recess for the next couple of weeks. After that, second week of January, 3 days set aside for further discussions about the withdrawal agreement bill. Every expectation now that Britain will leave the European Union, as the Prime Minister has said, on the 31st of January 2020. However, real contention in the lead up to that vote, the Prime Minister very clear that this is a more muscular withdrawal agreement bill, that he is setting a very clear deadline for negotiating the next phase of Brexit, the future relationship with the European Union, the trade deal.
The bill ensures that the implementation period must end on the 31st of December next year with no possibility of an extension. And it paves the way for a new agreement on our future relationship with our European neighbours based on an ambitious free trade agreement with no alignment, with no alignment on EU rules, but instead control of our own laws.
And in that debate in the House of Commons, the Prime Minister taking heat on precisely that issue, this 11 months. Keir Starmer from the Labour Party, frontbencher, criticising it, calling it reckless and irresponsible.
This prevents the extension of any transition period. That is reckless and it's ridiculous, because the government has now chosen to give itself just 11 months to negotiate an entire trade deal and security deal. That's an unbelievably short period.
Well, undoubtedly, we're going to hear more of that type of criticism over the next year as a trade deal is negotiated. The Prime Minister feels he has the wind in his sails. But one of the things that you could see behind that result today, a majority of 124, yes, significant, yes, where the Prime Minister wanted it, but break it down a little bit. No Northern Irish MP voted in favour of the withdrawal agreement bill, and very few Scottish MPs voted in favour of it either. And that tells you one thing very clearly, that the union of the United Kingdom is strained and stressed by this still, and that's something that's going to dog the Prime Minister in the next year. Nick Robertson, CNN, London.
去年10月，沙特记者卡舒吉在土耳其伊斯坦布尔被人杀害。当地时间12月23日，沙特法官判处涉案5人死刑，另外3人服刑24年。卡舒吉是美国居民，也是《华盛顿邮报》专栏作者。2018年10月2日，他前去伊斯坦布尔的沙特领事馆取文件时失踪。据报道，他在那里被杀害并肢解后，将遗骸运出了领馆，但他的遗骸尚未被发现。在最初秘密诉讼中，有11名沙特嫌犯因卡舒吉的死受到审判，但其中3人最终被认定无罪。
14 months after Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi took these fateful steps into the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, a verdict in his murder. 5 sentenced to death for directly participating in his murder. 3 sentenced to jail for covering up the crime. And 3 not guilty. Among them, Saud al-Qahtani, a close confidant of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and Ahmed al-Asiri, deputy head of Saudi's GIP intelligence agency, also close to MBS. Despite the verdict, many questions remain. Where is his body? Who killed him and how? What we do know, a Saudi hit team entered the consulate a few hours ahead of Khashoggi. The hit team included intelligence officer Maha Abdulaziz Mutreb in charge, forensic doctor Saleh Mohammed al-Tubaigi, and more than a dozen others. including Mustafa al-Madani, the body double, who dressed in Khashoggi's clothes, left by the back door laying a false trail. In reality, Khashoggi had been killed minutes after entering the building. His last words after being attacked, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe," before he was dismembered by Dr. Tubegi's bone saw. His remains were believed to be driven off in black vans shortly after, from the consulate to the nearby Consul General's residence. His girlfriend, waiting outside, raised the alarm. Turkish authorities listened to audio recordings from the consulate, then rushed to the airport, questioning members of the hit team about to leave on private jets and searching some of their baggage, but found nothing and let them leave. In the following days, the Saudi government denied killing Khashoggi, the Consul General even taking reporters on a hokey tour of the consulate. Eventually, 16 days later, Saudi authorities finally gave Turkish investigators permission to search the consulate and the Consul General's house. There was evidence of a cover-up, but no body. In the coming weeks, local farms were searched, a consular vehicle recovered from an underground car park, but still no leads. All questions led back to Saudi, where the hit team fled. Finally, after more than 2.5 weeks, Saudi authorities admitted Khashoggi was killed by Saudi officials.
He was killed in the consulate. We don't know in terms of details how. We don't know where the body is.
They called it a rendition gone wrong, an accident, saying local collaborators had the body, although they never provided the names or evidence. The CIA concluded the kingdom's crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman, ordered the assassination, something the Saudis flatly deny. Monday's verdict, despite a lack of transparency, appears to further distance the top royal from responsibility. Nick Robertson, CNN, London.
再来看娱乐方面的消息，知名音乐剧《猫》的电影版上映首周末票房不尽人意，而制片方为了拯救作品，做出了令人惊讶的举动。电影院线称，他们现在收到了制片方送来的电影的另一个版本，据悉里面有修改过的特技效果。片方希望他们对电影新版进行的努力，能够让票房和口碑在接下来的时间有所改变。
I saw a rough video, but I can't remember what it was.
I jumped, I literally am like this, the shot land on the other bit.
Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker has arrived, but leading up to the movie's release, the cast couldn't give away any details about it during press interviews. But they did open up about their director, J.J. Abrams.
He was just really having a great time, and obviously, God only knows what was going on behind the scenes. But he really seemed like he was having a great time. We were having a great time.
They're there to consistently inspire and guide performances and the technical side. And he did it with ease. I'm sure, you know, from his perspective, there's probably a lot more challenges than that and a lot more details. But in the way he chose to come across, is quite a solid man.
What? I mean, I guess I'll see when I'm...
What was Kerry Russell's reaction when her friend and Felicity creator Abrams asked her to be in the movie?
Pretty awesome. I mean, he literally sent me an email. I think I was getting coffee. And I was like, is there a no answer? Yes. Like, I'll do whatever you want. I'll do, like, craft service.
I choose the cat that deserves a new life.
Could it be a second life for cats? The Hollywood Reporter and Daily Variety say Universal Pictures is sending a new version of the movie musical to theaters with, quote, some improved visual effects. The Hollywood trade papers reported the unprecedented move after a memo sent by the studio to theater operators was leaked. The movie's runtime is unchanged according to the memo. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
在上周末激烈的票房角逐中，《星球大战：天行者崛起》虽然被认为重量级不比系列之前的电影，但依然成为了新的票房冠军。首周末入账1亿7500万美元，只是这个数字远低于之前2部电影。另外，《勇敢者游戏》表现依然坚挺，位列周末票房第2的位置，而《冰雪奇缘2》则成为季军。 值得一提的是，新上映的音乐剧改编的真人版《猫》，首周末票房仅有600万美元，并且风评极低。目前烂番茄网指数仅有23%。
I just buried my 85-year-old father who committed suicide. Why are you here?
Rian Johnson's Knives Out dropped from 3rd place down to 5th on ticket sales of $6.1 million, bringing it just shy of $90 million domestically and pushing past $185 million internationally.
Let's dance! I judge a cat by its soul.
The movie version of Cats couldn't claw its way past a 4th place debut. The big screen adaptation of Andrew Lloyd Webber's popular musical made just $6.5 million. Meanwhile, Frozen 2 slipped from 2nd to 3rd with $12.3 million. And Jumanji: The Next Level went from 1st to 2nd with $26.1 million, bringing its domestic haul to over $100 million after just 2 weekends in theaters.
You still talking to your friends?
It's complicated.
Many a tear has to fall.
When we first got together,
But it's all
we were different people.
in the game. All in the wonderful game.
Grandpa Eddie?
Anthony?
This is Martha and Bethany. This is Spencer's grandfather.
Nice to meet you.
Morning. Sorry to barge in on you.
You're not barging, he's barging.
Milo Walker.
Did you guys see Spencer?
I think he went back in. We gotta go get him.
Are you out of your mind? We haven't even picked our guys yet.
Oh, I hate this part. All right.
You hear something?
Huh?
Spencer.
Huh?
What?
Who are you?
Oh my God. You're Spencer's grandfather.
Are we in Florida?
And you?
Milo Walker. Did I die and turn into some kind of a small, muscular Boy Scout?
Are we dead?
Bethany?
No!
Rich?
I'm the old fat dude. This can't be happening! My hip sure feels good now.
Look at my thighs.
Look at your thighs.
Look at my thighs.
Okay, we have some issues here. The game is busted.
It was a game. I'm not it. I don't want to be it. Welcome to Jumanji.
This next venture is even more challenging. And remember, the future of Jumanji is in your hands.
I have one important question. Who is Jumanji?
Is that Barbara's boy?
We're gonna die.
We did die.
Are we in hell?
I knew it.
Oh my God.
All in the wonderful game.
This is a whole new thing.
Let me know.
You got to have eyes in the back of your head.
What in the Sam Hill?
hell is this?
It's your strengths and weaknesses.
Smoldering intensity? It's a stupid face you make, huh?
What's going on? You having a heart attack? Breathe! Breathe!
We're not alone. Good people will fight if we lead them.
Even mixed reviews couldn't stop Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker from rising to first place. The last film in the 9-movie Skywalker saga brought in an estimated $175.5 million. The impressive sounding number, though, is nowhere near what the two films leading up to it opened with. 2015's The Force Awakens debuted to $248 million, while 2017's The Last Jedi bowed with $220 million. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
It's an instinct. A feeling. The Force brought us together. We're not alone. Good people will fight if we lead them.
People keep telling me they know me. No one does.
But I do.
Long have I waited. And now, you're coming together. Is your undoing.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir. At my friends.
Confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi. Your destiny. The Force will be with you.
Always.
接下来，请关注汉天生活报道。